Saint Pedro Poveda, martyr, July 28th. Saint Pedro José Luis Francisco Javier Poveda Castrovede was born on December 3rd, 1874, in Linares, Spain, to a solidly Christian family. His parents were José Poveda Montes and María Linarejos Castroverde Moreno. From early childhood, he felt called to become a priest, and in 1889 he entered the diocesan seminary at Jaén. Because of financial difficulties, he transferred to the Diocese of Guadix, Granada, where the bishop had offered him a scholarship. He was ordained a priest on April 17, 1897. After ordination, Father Poveda taught in the seminary and served the diocese in many other ways. In 1900, he completed a licentiate in theology at Seville and later began an apostolate among the cave dwellers, those who live in dugouts in the hills outside of Guadix. Here he built a school for children and workshops for adults that provided professional training and Christian formation. He was misunderstood, however, and had to leave this special ministry. So Father Poveda headed for the solitude of Covadonga in the mountains of northern Spain, where in 1906 he was appointed canon of the Basilica of Covadonga in Asturias, where the Blessed Virgin is venerated under this title. In Covadonga, he devoted much time to prayer and reflected particularly on the problem of education in Spain. He understood that the Lord was inviting him to open new paths in the church and in the society of his time. He began to publish articles and pamphlets on the question of the professional formation of teachers and was also in contact with other persons who felt the need for the presence and action of Christians in society. The position between faith and science was becoming more and more evident in the culture of his day, which carried with it the dechristianization of public education system. Father Poveda, after his apostolic experience in Guadix and his years of reflection and prayer in Covadonga, understood better the need to provide Christian formation for teachers who work in the state school system. He believed that a solid faith and professional qualifications were both needed to keep the gospel message alive. In 1911, he opened the St. Teresa of Avila Academy as a residence for students and the starting point of the Teresian Association, dedicated to the spiritual and pastoral formation of teachers. The following year, he joined the Apostolic Union of Secular Priests and started new pedagogical centers and some periodicals. To further his work, Father Poveda moved to Jaén, where he taught in the seminary, served as a spiritual director of Los Operarios Catechetical Center, and worked at the Teacher Training College. In 1914, he opened Spain's first university residence for women in Madrid. Meanwhile, the Teresian Association continued to develop, spreading to various groups and areas, and leading to its ecclesiastical and civil approval in Jaén. Father Poveda offered the Teresian Association as a new path of Christian life and evangelization created with and for lay persons, forming them to be witness of the gospel. According to his expression, to believe firmly and to keep silent is not possible. He wanted the adherents to be ready to give their lives for the faith and, in fact, expressed the same desire himself. In 1921, Father Poveda moved to Madrid and was appointed a chaplain of the Royal Palace. A year later, he was named a member of the Central Board Against Illiteracy, but most of his time was devoted to the Teresian Association, which received papal approval in 1924. Although he did not direct the association as its founder, he worked to consolidate and to promote the various dimensions of his mission as it spread to Chile and later Italy. It was during the religious persecution in Spain that Father Poveda would be called to the martyrdom he so desired. At dawn on July 28, 1936, when told by his persecutors to identify himself, he said, "I am a priest of Christ." He died a martyr for the faith. He was beatified by Pope John Paul II on October 10, 1993, and canonized in May 2003. Saint Pedro Poveda, pray for us.